I opened my little book here, the 100 Most Important Bible Verses for Men. It's kind of been my daily devotional here, and I opened it up to this one, and I've been struggling with this one here a lot lately, and I'm just going to read it for you. We're going to read the first part. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. And I think when we go to the commandments, we're like, love him, check. Love my stupid neighbor, check. Don't kill anybody, I got that. Well, I'm good at this. I'm not good at this one. I start thinking about like losing my wife and my children and like the heart wrenching of that because I've held on to those things. There's something like I have a comparison to, and I haven't seen exactly all the way in its fullest what the Lord has for me. So I struggle with this. I think I'm on this, I would say 80-20, but I'm a human full of lying flesh. So it's probably 60-30 or 60-40 or 70-30 to be honest with myself of where I fall with this because I'm not sure if I do love Him with all my strength all the time. You know, when those other things get into my thoughts, it kind of goes out the window. And I've never felt a gut wrenching feeling. Is that wrong of me? I don't understand. There's a whole other passage, so I'm thinking that maybe this is going to help me out. So you're gonna have to join with me because this is number one, struggles. It seems like the easiest one. You're like but in my earlier Christianhood, I'm like I got this one. No, this is hard. This is tough. Is anybody along with me? Can you imagine what it would be like to work on a carving like Mount Rushmore, suspended high in the face of a cliff? You would have to keep the big picture in perspective while chipping away at the rock inches in front of you. Somehow you would have to focus on two things at once: what you're doing at the moment, and ultimately why you're doing it. This is not much different from man's everyday life. Each day presents a mountain of ways to expend your passion, time, and energy. And you have to determine where you're going to chisel. The decision is much easier when you can see the big picture clearly and understand what matters most in life. That will help you set your priorities straight. Jesus knew that life's most important purpose is to love God, and that's where he concentrated his effort. By following Jesus' example, you'll make the right choices. Which I agree with that, man. The more you try to walk in his footsteps and be like him in your flawed human skin, you feel better. You get better results. You might not get what you want, but you're going to get what you need. And I've been really experiencing that a lot in the last 5 years, but greatly in the last few weeks. I've gone from that 50-50 Christian to this 70-30, 80-20, and I'm feeling really good about that. But I also feel like I'm very susceptible right now. That's a very dangerous game. I think you get the most flack when you're on target, So, yeah, this is a tough one for me, guys. Did you know that the game of chess, all the pieces have numerical values except for the king? That's because he's invaluable. Every other piece has its function and worth, but falls into its respective rank after him. The king is the whole object of the game, and a wise player keeps him in focus at all times. Make God your highest priority, and all the other areas in your life will fall nicely into place. If you are searching for meaning in your life, invite God in and make it Him your focal point. Give God top priority because He gives everything purpose. It's easy to read, it's easy to understand like that. But to give that comparison to things that I've held, it's tough. I do a good job with this, but I also do a bad job with this. I could be better. And it's definitely enlightening. And as soon as I read that first passage, the first commandment, and you just kind of blow that over, and it's like, yeah, it's love him. I got you. a little bit more in depth than that. Anyway, how do you guys feel about that? Do you struggle? Do you have it all the way there? I mean, I'm sure that I'm going to get there. I'm working super hard on this, and I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I just knew as soon as I read it, I struggled. It sure seems easy. That's not.